This podcast is brought to you by the Irish Quarter Horse Association, an organisation committed to promoting the principles of Western-inspired horsemanship in Ireland. Whether you ride for pleasure or competition, whether you own a quarter horse, thoroughbred or any other breed, we believe that these principles can help you develop a deeper understanding of your horse and improve your riding skills. So, whether you're a seasoned rider, a recreational rider, or just starting out, we invite you to join us on this exciting new journey. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast and stay tuned for future episodes featuring some amazing guests. Thank you for listening, and let's get started. So today we have with us Ella and Marleen, who are coach of the Youth World Cup team heading to Byron, Texas this year. Marleen and Ella and the girls have come on to talk to us about their experience in getting ready for the Youth World Cup and training, fundraising and all that. So our first question goes to Ella. You're the team manager, but you've actually been to the Youth World Cup. So can you give us a short summary on your experience and what it was like?
Yeah, so obviously it was pretty phenomenal for me. To be given an opportunity like that was fantastic as a youth rider. Because obviously Western riding in Ireland is growing constantly, but we don't have that standard of competition or anything like that. So it's a brilliant opportunity for smaller affiliates like ourselves to get that experience and make contacts from across the globe, really. So I was very fortunate over there to get matched with quite a sweet little mare called One Jazzy Chic. So got on really well with her, won a couple of medals. It was a fantastic experience for us all, really. But other than that, yes, you learn a lot. You meet clinicians from all over the world. It's a great educational event that they put on,
And the girls are very lucky to have your experience because you've been there, you've seen it all firsthand, you know what they have to expect. And what classes, can you remember what classes you entered over there and what you actually placed in? Or
so I did a good few classes over there, actually. I did Western riding, did the hunter under saddle, did the hunt seat equitation, did Western pleasure, showmanship. So I got to compete 3 different horses throughout the event, really, but did well in Western pleasure with that little mare. So first competition, won silver, and then 6th place the following day. So
wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah, first time out it was pretty good. So
yeah, and you had a busy time over there. You were in quite a lot of classes.
Yeah. So I would have been one of the busier riders of the lot, but sure, look at you. Take what you're given and you just roll with it. So
that's it, exactly. And I'm sure you learned a whole lot while you were over there.
Yeah, no, so they've got fantastic horses, fantastic clinicians, you learn a lot. You listen, you learn, and you're sorted down. So
and are you looking forward to going over like as a coach?
Yeah,
so manager.
So obviously, like once you've been there, you're I've always wanted to go back. Like it's 9 years since I've been there. It's in the same spot that I was in as well. It's in the same thing. So it's just going to be so surreal going back to it all.
Yeah.
But no, can't wait to get back.
Excellent. All right, so our next question is over to Marleen. Marleen, you are the coach. So can you tell us what's involved in coaching a team like this, and what's your overall approach to coaching for international events?
Good question. Hard to answer in one go, but my main focus would be, because we are all, I wouldn't really approach coaching any different for international competition than competition, like show riding is show riding. But in this particular case, because they're riding horses they've never ridden, every athlete in the competition is riding horses they've never ridden.
Yes.
My main focus was mainly to give everybody the tools they need to be able to get the best out of any kind of horse.
Yes.
Because you just don't know what you're going to get. Now we're kind of lucky in that we had the horses in Drumcara to play with, and they are all very different horses. So everybody that's been coming to me has been finding out that every horse needs a different style, and we've been just focusing on the basics, and then the warm-up techniques that we're learning, and just getting the best out of whatever kind of horse you got, being adaptable, learning to feel, what does the horse need and how can you help them? And then as far as the tuning up for the World Cup level, that's a little trickier over here. We're lucky a few of the girls have been able to go out on their own steam, which will answer the last question, that they could get on some higher standard horses. But I'd like to think I've been able to give everybody the tools they're going to need to get the job done when we get there.
I'm sure you have. And just for anybody who's watching or listening, when the girls go over, they won't actually know what horses they're riding. When they arrive there, is that Marleen? Marleen, they'll be matched with horses over there, and they will get a different horse in every class.
No, what happens is you will draw so there's 20 teams going, I think, all together, and every team will draw a stable block when you go, and that stable block will have 5 horses in it for the team to use, and you will have 4 days to get familiar with the horses, and then so everybody will ride every horse and see how they get on with it. And then I, as trainer, have the lovely job to decide who competes which horse in which class. Okay, so bonus question now that I hadn't prepared you for, but how do you prepare to do something like that, to assess these horses and assess the girls and match one up with the other? That must be tricky. I'll find out when I get there. You can tell us when you come back. Absolutely. But I think, all the girls, fair play to them, they're all learning to talk about it and tell me what they need and tell me what they get on with and what they don't. They're the only problem I would see for me is if there's one really good horse and 2 people that ride it equally well. Then, on the bright side is we have 9 classes and there's 2 goes in every class. So there's 18 opportunities to mix and match people. And the other thing is that the horses may not be of the same standard. You're probably going to get 1 good one and 2 middling ones and 2 that may or may not be suitable, and all of them have to be used. So again, in the training, we're trying to prepare that you could be riding a horse that you'll have to nurse through a class, and you're never, but that's still the experience of doing that at that level. It's going to be really cool. It will. It's a kind of a once in a lifetime experience, almost, like for these girls, or our first lifetime experience anyway, because hopefully some of you will go back next time, because you'll still be of the age. Okay, thank you, Marleen. And now we're going to go on to the girls, and we're going to ask the girls some questions. So first up we have Charlotte. And Charlotte, can you tell us what made you want to compete at the Youth World Cup?
Well, for me, preparing for the Youth World Cup was just an incredible journey so far. So basically the faith, encouragement and support of my manager, coach, and my fellow teammates and family have just fueled my determination to take part in the event. I just can't wait to make memories to last a lifetime. And they will. You're going to have a great time over there. And are you looking forward to it? Yeah, definitely. I honestly can't wait. It's just such an amazing opportunity. It is. It's not every day something like this comes along, is it? No. And as Ella said, Western riding and horsemanship is growing in this country all the time, but we don't have that level of competition here yet. So to have the opportunity to maybe go to a different country that you've never been to before, and a competition that you've never been to before, have you ever been to the US before, or have you been to Texas before? No, I've never been to the US or Texas or anything like that. So it's just incredible to get out and compete for my country there. Oh, that's going to be a real trip for you then, isn't it? Yeah. All right, Charlotte, that's amazing. Thank you, and best of luck over there, okay? Thank you. And next up we have one for Rihanna. Okay, Rihanna, what has been your favorite and least favorite parts of the training process so far?
I think that's it now. My favorite parts of the training so far has definitely been all the clinics we had. I enjoyed learning lots of tips from more experienced people. I've enjoyed training with the team, as I enjoy watching how everyone else rides, and I learn a lot from watching others. And I love getting to ride a different range of horses because each have something new to teach you and different from each other. And I've really enjoyed mostly seeing a big improvement in my riding, and I feel like I've come a long way in such a short space of time.
That's amazing, isn't it? So you've seen yourself progress throughout this process.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, I'm going to put you on the spot here, but what is the one main thing you think you've learned in the training process? Like, have you seen any specific improvements in your riding? Is there anything that you feel has improved?
Yeah, well, it's just listening to the horse that you're on and not the horse that you think you're on. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good advice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, Rihanna, so thanks very much and best of luck over there, okay?
Thank you.
And next up we have Hazel. Hey Hazel, so what advice would you give to another young equestrian who would like to try Western riding for the first time and is maybe thinking about competing for the first time?
I would tell another young person who's thinking about trying Western riding to give it a go, because it's so much different from English riding, and you just there's so many different disciplines as well you can do, and there's also a lot of horsemanship in Western riding compared to a lot of English disciplines as well, I think.
And do you think has horsemanship helped you personally in your riding journey? Have you seen a benefit from it?
Yeah, I've definitely seen a benefit from it as well, I think, and because you're connecting with your horse a lot more.
Exactly, and that connection is really important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you looking forward to going?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Have you ever been to the US before, or have you been to Texas or anywhere in the US?
No, I've never been to America.
Again, so another amazing experience for you. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, thank you, Hazel. Eve, how are you? You're on holidays, are you? Having a nice time?
Yeah, I'm currently at Kings Valley in France getting some training in.
Well, for some, nice. Are you learning a lot over there?
Yeah, definitely. We came over to try some reiners, so get some training while we're here.
Oh, excellent.
Exciting.
We should, if I'd known that, I would have asked you some questions about that. So what class are you most looking forward to seeing and competing in at the Youth World Cup?
I'm definitely looking forward to competing in and watching the reining, because it reminds me of jumping the big tracks and short jumping, because it's so high adrenaline and fast paced, but so controlled at the same time, and it takes some nerve to do it as well. And now with the training I'm getting here and the training I had at Rain Hill with Bob, I feel well prepared for it as well. So
that's good. You've definitely been preparing well. And I think, Niamh, you're a bit of an adrenaline junkie from what I see you jumping with your horses on Facebook.
Gonna have to be, yeah.
Yeah. So I bet you're really excited. Have you been to the US before, or have you been to Texas before yourself?
I've been to America loads of times, but never to Texas.
Okay, so another new experience for you.
Yeah. Not looking forward to the heat.
No. Although we're getting a bit of that here, but so it's kind of helping to prepare us. But yeah, it's going to be a big step up over there.
Definitely.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Yes. Huge new world for me. Really changed everything for me. Getting into the Western.
That's amazing to hear. Okay, Niamh, thanks very much and best of luck over there. Okay.
Thanks.
Hi.
Yeah, hi Hannah. So do you have any personal goals that you'd like to achieve over there at the Youth World Cup?
My personal goals are to meet new people, learn new skills, and to have fun with the team and enjoy myself.
That's brilliant. I love it. I love that, like having fun and enjoying yourselves is one of your goals, because I think that's really important for you and for all of you to have fun while you're over there and really enjoy the experience, because it is for some of you like a first, I was going to say a once in a lifetime experience, but hopefully it won't be once, but it's the first in a lifetime experience. So I hope you have a lot of fun over there. Okay. Yeah. And so personal goals, you want to have fun. And is there anything else is there anything specific you'd like to learn while you're over there? Or is there any classes that you're looking forward to watching? Or
probably the ranch riding and the reining.
They're your favorite, are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, thanks very much, Hannah. And I hope you have a great time over there and best of luck. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and finally we have Marleen back and Ella, and we're going to talk about funding and raising money. So the two of you. So for those people out there who don't know, this team is entirely self-funded and they had to raise all the money they needed to go. So Ella and Marleen, do you want to just talk about the amount you had to raise and what you had to do to raise it?
Do you have the figures in front of you, Ella? Because I don't.
I don't have the figures in front of me personally.
Even a rough estimate is fine.
It's typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was up.
I was like, I should really.
It was up in the double digits anyway, wasn't it? It was up past 20K, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a small amount of money. No.
So the show entry fees, I know they were between 12 and 1,500 a person, which would include the competition and then accommodation and food.
Yeah.
And then on top of that would have been the flights, which you know were, I'd say, 1,200 a person return in the end. Yeah, because we had to wait a while to book them and to get everything. We had to raise the money before we could commit to booking. So it was a bit of a chicken and egg situation. So it was. So I would advise anyone ever doing it again, start earlier.
Okay.
Because we really did not really get started properly till the end of January of this year. Yeah. So I think altogether we did pretty good.
You did. And like, was it hard, Ella, to raise this amount of money, or what kind of things did you guys have to do to get that amount of money together?
Yeah, so it took a lot of brainstorming and a lot of kind of, should we do this, should we do that? There was wild ideas thrown in there. There was more sensible ideas thrown in there, but the raffles kind of worked well, and we got very lucky to get into Kilbeggan as well with bucket collections and stuff like that. But all of those things take time to plan and getting permits sorted and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we really should have given ourselves a bit more time to get it, but literally from end of January onwards, it has been nothing but, right, what's on next week, what's on this week, okay, who can be here, who can be there, and just getting everything planned and getting as many people there as possible to help. And everyone's been pretty brilliant. So yeah. The permits and stuff is something you'd forget about, isn't it? You need a permit to do almost everything nowadays, and that all takes time to come through. Yeah, so it's unreal. Like I wasn't really aware of it until I was in the middle of it. I was like, right, okay, so lots of garden visits and that kind of thing, getting it all sorted. So yeah. So what other tips would you give to people? So definitely give yourself more time, and anything else, what other tips would you give to people kind of trying to raise a significant amount of money for an event like this? I think you need to kind of have it well structured out as well, like a good budget, know what you need, when you need it, what it's for. Obviously as well, kind of have sponsorship packs laid up so you can go to business and say, well, look, if you give us a amount of money, we can give you this. This is what we have to offer. And we did have those. Nobody really picked up on them, unfortunately. Like, we did have lots of things to offer, but have a sponsorship pack ready that you can go into a business, have a chat with the person there and see. But obviously you have to hit them by the right time of the year as well, because they've already allocated money before we got to them. Do you know what I mean? So we just left it a little bit late, but yeah, have something ready for them and just go straight with it. Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? That like companies probably plan their fundraising and their funding and charity at the very start of the year. So if you've missed that, you're kind of out of luck, aren't you? I wouldn't have thought of that at all. So I suppose planning is a major part of it. And I suppose that feeds back into what Marleen was saying about give yourself enough time to do something like this. Yeah, so that is all the questions we have today. So Marleen or Ella, do you have any final words of wisdom or advice for the girls here, or for people listening and watching?
No, just that I'm really proud of them all for putting the time and effort in. And the same, the athletes themselves did personal fundraising as well to pay their own entry fee for the show. And there was bake sales and there's art competitions and draws, right, Anna? Like they've done their own little fundraisers themselves, and I'm very proud of them all. Sponges, I wish I was young again. Anything I tell them to do with horses, it's just they soak it up, and it's been an absolute pleasure to try and get you guys to work with the horses. the way you do now.
Yeah, it's been a real team effort, hasn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and you all should be very proud. And I suppose I'll just leave you all with these final words, what Marleen said, that if you guys come home better riders than when you left, then you've already won. And I think Marleen and Ella, you'd probably agree with me on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, girls, thanks very much for coming on today. We really appreciate it. If you want to, is the I Donate still working, girls? Is it still open?
It should be.
Okay, if you guys would like to find out more information about the Youth World Cup, you can go onto their Facebook page. It's the IQHA Youth World Cup, and you can donate to their cause from that page if you'd like to support them. Okay, thanks everybody, and best of luck. Okay,
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Bye.